I accidentally read a book that changed my life. The book is Free to Learn by Dr. Peter Gray. I realized it was not the book that the book club had intended when I arrived very excited to talk about it and received very blank stares. But I am forever grateful for this misunderstanding. This book, Free to Learn, is about how children throughout human history learn best through play and community. This was totally reimagining education, and it changed my life as an educator, a parent, and a person. Are there parents, educators, human beings present? We parents and educators get all tangled up in academic curriculums requiring intense motivation and management, forgetting that human beings are hardwired to learn, and the only real motivation is interest. By the time I read this book, I had taught high school, I taught some college classes, and I felt pretty confident and innovative as an instructor. I loved my students, but there was significant underlying stress that was unresolved for me. I was working in mostly K through 12 systems that demand constant performance from young people. Young people held captive in places where it is socially accepted for adults to yell at and publicly shame young people. Schools. Free to Learn introduced me to the Sudbury approach to education, which most basically states, trust children. Give them the time and space to pursue their interests in a mixed-age, self-governing community, and even without classes, tests, and grades, they'll emerge to thrive in college, business, and life. Give them an opportunity to practice making decisions in a democracy before we expect them to do it at 18, and give them the respect we want them to give and expect. I think what's radical here is that this is considered radical. My child psychiatrist husband agrees our young need play and acceptance for healthy development. He sees anxiety and depression every day, pointing to school systems that are failing children, even the most outwardly excelling students. So I went down the rabbit hole to learn more. I was captivated, and I still am. I read, I visited Sudbury schools in Fort Lauderdale, in Denver, in Boulder. Another mom got on board, and since there wasn't a Sudbury school in Miami, we opened one. 50 years ago, a Columbia University professor and colleagues opened the Sudbury Valley School in Massachusetts, prioritizing curiosity and drive over worksheets and grades. Even with 50 years of success around the globe, it's still an idea that's really hard for many to accept. It's young people ages 5 through 18 deciding what they do all day without adult agendas. There's a lot of laughter and discussion and relaxation. It looks very little from like most of us experienced as children, but very much like we now expect as adults, which is a say over our lives. At Sudbury, weekly school meetings decide everything from purchases to field trips. There are daily problem-solving sessions that are run by their peers. There is responsibility and real power over every aspect of their lives. And so young people graduate powerful, ready for whatever is going to come their way in college, business, life. They graduate with a diploma after choosing a capstone project, creating their transcript of skills. They graduate the authors of their own lives. This is a pretty magical thing for young people. Play, explore, be in charge, and simply be. It cultivates a curiosity, a confidence, and a joy that I believe our society has sacrificed on the altar of academics. But what about math and science and reading? What we know is that all of these things are so much easier to learn in real contexts, when you're developmentally ready, and most of all, when you're interested. Forcing them breeds resentment and avoidance. And more difficult than learning math is unlearning feelings of inferiority, inadequacy, and anxiety. Unintended lessons that even straight-A students learn while adults obsess over academics and undermine their natural curiosity and drive. People say, kids these days, they show no direction or initiative. But for 13 years, they have been rewarded for obeying, not directing. They've been closely monitored and managed in ways that are frankly infantilizing and demoralizing. I don't know if you'd heard of Sudbury or youth empowerment before. I had not. But now that I have, now that I've seen it, it's like taking the red pill in the Matrix. I can't unsee it. I can't unknow it. I now see young people choose what to do, who to talk with, who to hire, when to eat lunch, whether to start a business. It's a youth society, an oasis, a springboard, a place where you are a person, you are important, and you are enough. This is valuing children not for their resumes or their awards or their grades. They are not projects or problems or puppets. They are people. Let us be courageous enough to reassess and reimagine education where their voices matter.